Minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Mansan Song for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Me watching Emo Akwaba. Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Me that was it. So do a video at 92.9.
Me watching Emo Akwaba about Kessben 92.9 and I feel so Kessben TV swore. Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Mansan Song for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice say any day a dafufo ewo wabra boom and until was no pay ya boya wo ewie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw eno ti no breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa ofidie no eto 92.9 and afeso ye Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 meeting at the Mansan Song for Kojo Preko Dankwah.
And I want to say a wonderful good morning to you. Oh, damn it. Did you hear that with your phone here? Kessben Maakye Sunye. And what Kessben 92.9. Kessben Maakye Accra. Then I be kind of that was it. So the way feeding out to 92.9 Kessben FM. That was cry. And I face your Kessben TV. Just gone by a kickoff with the man Kwame Miki. And they are back again with midfield action 9:45. Downside to 2 p.m. Now for movie out. Right now for Eddie Radiaka Sobe to Asama. And then 4 to 6 p.m. Kessben Drive with DJ Fox. Mr. Fox. I bet to say, how are your Kessben Drive so? Kessben 92.9 FM in Accra. Yeah, pretend and say me super your sister. I didn't make a choice. Flex on 600 herbal mixture. If you're here, I did care about center for more. I didn't know. You know, my seb you and Sunny and now no 83, you know. Stepheness in joint. I yes, I be on no. Which change? Flex on 600 herbal mixture. If you're here, I did care about center for more. And it's an internal GB. The beb wow. And I'm facing my sexual weaknesses, you know. You compare your Flex on 600 herbal mixture and be. Never boy a yepa. That's an elephant herbal mixture, no so. And my what pals, cocoa. And I'm facing burning sensations in our waist. Your system, yepa. Constipation. And also can be. But 100% herbal. Young Quadi and Fanya Juma. Never boy, 1000 elephant 2020 no so for waist and body pains. Backbone, rheumatism, and I feel so swollen leg. Dina, if you is, I did care about center for I'm a bebow. I will do to Pandia, Yanko, Kanshi, Drag Lane, KPD Enterprise, Kings Walk about, Rupash about, Tina Tet about, Hello's about. And I feel a quarter myself, Little George Pharmacy, Ashama, Echoes Pharmacy, and Kokoya Hillside Pharmacy. That's right. And I come and say a Colina care about Misty Herbal. And I Pidan care about a festival for the man, Mama Becky. Bori Junction. And a year is a care about center for no open toll boot to no Ankasa. On my numbers in here 0244153511 0244153511 055-799-7797. Obey to me no more didn't come on. But I see Charles someone, but I see baby 44 minutes into a yes 7 a.m. meeting at the man sign soon for Kojo Preko Dankwah 92.9 Kessben FM Accra 92.9 what we team on watching Emma Kwaba about a Kessben match. So what was share me with TV so a Kessben TV no so me that was say so we video no so at home on DSTV channel a channel 361 and so you go channel no a channel 121 on Facebook a Kessben TV. Kessben TV, Oko Honoma, one sa ebe kame, and I feel so Oko Facebook, Kessben 92.9 FM, one sa ebe kame, ewo hoso, eduntuno. Bibi abaso kebiano, obetimi edi ababeto hono making kind nina eso amount. WhatsApp no text messages in so matching train nina na fe making kind nina so amount. E wo fie han na fe the opeso kebiano metimi no edi ho enkomo na pen so betena se na ya de adwuma no ahyehye so na kwaku edubu ahe member of the NPP and then Ken Japan campaign to betena se so and Jeffrey Okansi Kabute or your Revenue Mobilization Africa or also betena se na fe ye din komoni ahwede ekọ ene de ebe nyina enra Yankasa, your minister in charge of communication, government communications. So, Felix Kwachi Ofusu, Eden Komobi Eshishe, so and taking the 10 on the accountability series now. Buying Ashishama every sector minister to come sit and tell us, give us update what is really transparent. Where your ministry and I feel so aswaya the amount edu ura Felix Kwachi Ofusu and Ra Jubilee House, your friend accountability series. Now, the Ntembe Brenano and a number of issues and ordinance aka watachi on energy, watachi on LBGT plus Q matters nina, watachi on any other ones or person touching nano ordinance aka nina. But one of the major ones are ordinance kanya yepesi di hunkomo yepa, which has to do with transportation sector and as a transport sector no how things are going. Medim say how and a hamesu ye pa. It's say as we speak now no and niema enshada nkoyi when it comes to the air transport sector. And it's say and niema bebrena and the cost has to do with accident, has to do with ye kwanya say be say fast war and niema air cost continue price fair na ekoko so no price hike na drivers any mate for start edema ye no ya kan ho asem a eno ho komo nyina eba bedi e wo fie hanom ne ahwede ekọ ene de eba nra Felix edenensa ekaye banansa na no ma menko ahoma no so rich if it's someone amwa na meneno ba bedi enkomo okay kwame yeboa ohene yeboa okay ohene yeboa and meneno eba bedi enkomo si so ohene yeboa general secretary Emma Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council GRTCC oro ohene yeboa ewa homa no so yene ni enkomo ne touch on these matters efa wo ene me ene timamufuo nyina efa ye ho no na onkyerechire mu yie na yehwe kwan a yebetumi afa so ama niam bi etumi atoto yie ohene yeboa oteme nka memo official pa ema wakwaba eba ye Kessben TV so and afi so Kessben 92.9 FM ewo Accra bibia bokode okay my mention say men sabe kanibia alright boy me watching wakwaba
ene o mini to say
erade adom na wo so
ya adom ne hoye
official paso
incompetence so
amen ya that say ye bo upunu mu waje ye so ne ye ba bedi enkomo megidi ye say ensem a ene ye de ba beto for me ha ye nyina me sure say including one kasa mu no how isane say ye ka transport dia na waka mamu ne nyina ne sebi ye no mo ye yusu public transport no ye do so ye pa eno ntino asam base na aya na ye pese ye hese ne betumi ahwe ne etumi ama ne etumi atoto ye but first off my NTS Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council Mojuma pa anything ansan ye don komona hyehye so ho.
We dey me da say. Ogan komodem say esa we record the na me record man dey bia no oboti go what dey because as no Hello.
Yeah, me too, okay.
Yeah. The American is say that question will say, this is about that or a groups of baby.
Yeah, maybe because me say me this see asem so asem na ba enti no say timemu 40 ase say eye Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council mo adwuma ne 1 2 3 a na fe ya ba emu yie na mama be kire di enti a me bisa sa question no
You me that opinion say Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council adwuma titru a na say be ka adabo fuku ahoro ni nyina bom na ya hwe omu yie die ene omanfo yie die ali titia
enti mo hwe eye adravafo yie die ene yen mo so aye faka ne yie die meboa akwentufo no okay enti se sa na te die a enti na adravafo no eye die ne die ase omo ahwem ekoyie charge yen mo so aye fro ahyenkan no so no yeso ye die no enkoyie na mo hwe enka ma yen wadama
Because okaza monde ni nkuye me nimba bi kupotin a obaso de nkumo no kufi
denti ameka sa ne se ye de ne de eye ne ma mienu pe ye fro ka na ye tuaka ye ntuaka mo besane ye fika anim na first a ya bo ato ho se me fi ha ekọ hanom a esese ye gie no me no ka sei enye sa na adravafo na maka o man boom e hwe mo welfare se no mo so mo ye die be ko yie no omo ene eye yenom no ayeso ye fro mo ka no ene ye di ene ntina me ka se ase ye die no ya famu die no ye no ma ye fro ka no ye die no enhyeda enko yie efa eye ye fair ene price hike abamu asisi ye no wokan
I think no why asem nanim asem do de wada so awunya no mo ai na etene say unfortunately say adem ekoso ye di hun ko mo pen bebre but we feel so better by rahomam and am by ramakase edwuma na ye no say bita pa ye ne ye ho aban no so twa kan bia say oye na ode boama akwantu eyemre ne die ne so be build the rules na obe my infrastructure to say terminals na ade bi gina ho no mo medipa converge on ya form na ade and now ono so die kakra infidi kakra ono so wo to say buses public buses say me to time no ane if you so no nim say city express or na metro usa or na say metro mass so buy na minia I mean and try say be kind dey ho asa ansa na me yamako metro
okay okay
yeah dey no say esan yesikata munti no Intimate bus akese bibri high occupancy buses enfenye trotro ejuma. Trotro ejuma ni na akwa minivans 15 seater, maximum 19 seater in the day trotro. Intim predo do ahe na obekwa betimi atwini pa awodompem. What to say bia amasama e bankan. Kwano so be surprise. Nya apart from say independent awodompem na oka ni so anonso. Traffic e kwano so no. Emma okwa ma untimi nko emma haraso. Na wetimi ababe fa nipa ni bidia kontibili bia na nipa no abodompem wechire ho diga ama ade ayewo hoden na etimi autobus akesi bi try lolo bus sibi ena nkaja ye di adwuma ne bus mi nu pe kokoro mpa e be twa pe nipa ka sanketo abe 10 befa but ye ni sa hoden di etimi nyebi esa ban na boa e ma yebi so on to ma empo a so one of the institute ni internal transport plans a bit me support to near private person we share minim fear we did but them so when Africa cry and number 2 city express over to Zanko for we say usa na metro mass also put in now me older but we share sabre city express no na your categories miensa your red city express, your blue line, and your green line. Ya chichim say mo go na bus maybe about 200 about 150, 140 and 100 no for local service. And I can call intermediate to say if you come and say back so maybe Accra someone. Those are the routes are not blue buses no. And the green ones no called villages are only cars. And this is the policy. They are buying a friend on the idea in year. Okay, we person traveling public. In fact, minka and to me said the fact may Juma. But not me whom in that rare time challenges. No, I may have done theatre, papa, you could see now, suddenly. Me baba ko na ne ka say o ko jono so nko sit na me sin kola ho school man obanyi pipa ne gu kwan no be yam hye me ni na so ne say ka ne san se ka na magdi kan say enketwa na ntimi fe nipa dodo no e kwan na so no so traffic e wo so na kwan no so be bibibi ye ntimi ni a obekọ obeba no na waye mmere no ko bibiri na nipa na gina kwan ho ache ne to so mi no nipa ni bi ono mo so ha ye be afọ ni ono mo so take advantage of the accord phone when you say had e kwan ne wa u gina onye ne obego so ama kwama e bankan oludo ama san na be gina pukwase na oludo pukwase so be gina e bi aberia na oludo be no be gina bi achimota na oye na the kwan get so the baby ten situation we you know try be take it enye ne kwan ne enye but abasa because aban ne chefa esa oye no onye. Apart from so build the crime, who na mama samai, who do a funko barrier overhead bridge in Chanwa. I don't know about this. I mean, how many can grab 20 go on? I engage maybe. Who do a masamai terminal? If you go, who do Kufuor station or Achimota school home, and also if you go, Kimbu proper, if you go, but you go ahead. So your shadows are buses, even 10, all the major corridors. And then you bring down a fire cover, or the end cop will be a grandpa. Pick hours, never 20 movie hours. They pick the goose because 20 movie hours. A day do pressure. And therefore, so far, the names of a bonus of you bits. Therefore, so I'm in the air, right? We go one, yeah, but we know if any fun. Now, why not? Tends to be 105 to the war, a lot of tends to be. And the meaning, and then we go on more, and yet will be peso bene or yen. They were humano, and why in a day many in the union. Every year or my army enough for to be. And the sea, I know, if me, not say, yeah, more man for much or more. Let me cook so much in it. You need a time identity. A human can't hear me in the evening. And now, Cobabions says, Siano. A sign, Ukada 7 man outdoors on Intimo. Your regular bus stops there from Oma Jeffy, Oma Jeffy, and the bus of the corner, you cut up like you go, and now say, the old digger. Who could you know babies of police or watch? Police actually in a minion baby. Maybe come on, baby. It's a Michamolea. The same thing we do of Uncle Berry, and maybe Namitin baby. No more crowns of a conquer, no more for some moko. So those are the challenges that the operator is facing. And yes, we'll be an agent or withdraw. Now, then, Pastor Padman, was a master of Otoka, the media you might piece that they are for me, brand. And it was a mania. Pastor Man Padman, of an assembly without which they were. Pastor Padman for me.
All right, boy, auntie, a small kind ye dear, na ye na yatiasie. Na me person me who say, Sandy Malka ye obi beka ministry a share a muso a transport ministry no. Munyo mo e disan komo way, especially with a bus stops ne Okada foya sama woken ene ekwino and afeso buses ya anka munya ya. Anka ibi ombe boa mo na nka mo so metumi enya dodo and enya mo kra so no ombe boa so a aban die ya no matoto ya ye wo circle ofa eye minifa hanom na okoye chiro honom aka na she chiro honom ya na basis so ya pake go wa church bebi so wachi mota ye nim heye and all that no munyo mo din komo aban ba ye akosi sen e wo san ma no mama ya reshe mu bi se bibi sa betumi adane.
I'm an American. Yeah, transport operators in the Ancranquadian. Yeah, nearby. Ikita Modino, a Bemu, Bra, bind the person needing it. But mine is only needing it one. Overflow. Mount was only needing it one. Then I would deny. You only ask them if it can be an Yamra, a sweet agent, and it's a cocoa, medical dependent. Some man because of council and Casatrapono. Nipa or members or council, Obetanka will say, Catch many also obey, only maybe I will charge you. And maybe ancient. One any our cana for a baby. But at my home run, a banner, and there's what to be free, no need and pepper and pie with me a first right than the name. But the question is the Oko Canan propose to be our politician, a bit of a politician. But now make me a candidate, a ban we buy him. You move with you, in everything change. If you cook a crate, the boy told me, not a question, you provide interest. But, you know, you're not the answer. Saying about the any ministers with the you come saying entire end. But this is not like the case. This is not the case. The two on one. And then last summer of the year, for the whole of last year, you see no discussion, no collaboration, no VDR. And he had their hygiene.
Enti Mekai say last year, if my memory serves me right, minister the pay Ebeka say sebi adrawa for mo charge high no yenhwe na ye ma omo embrace the tosumi no ta trotro ni other commercial vehicles here and joining unions bia no this year ombehwa mo bia joining unions no na face no mo de cars basically akwanso nyina no sane men no mo di hu komo nyina e bia wote de but yan sheda amma mo na ase ni mo be di nkomo sa na be so kire me de a
nyambe me kanon
okay
e bia kagu from I agree with it but if na no mo ye adwuma na nkasa no ye kuri di ai cars so be down on it free the free will be the minimum dia minimum
okay
the council my invitation say momra yeah, quite because why we are with the
oh, okay. So does it mean that price hike ya beba bomo ye nyina ye ka ho nkomo ye di ho nkomo say obi afaka fi circle wakọ bia La Paz bia na nkesi eje no maybe 5 cities here omo je 10 cities enwumre no be 4-5 pm hoko no sane ma nyina no say yenom timamfo no say ye nya bibi say ya yetumi ba mo na se ebe report ye report ne so a etumi efa isane se obi so beka say wo adrawafo bi say from 101 omo nhyada ni unions omo nhyada ni mo unions and associations na mu ntino ya no da bisi olodu ya so on the say ahona aboso ntino na waje seniors any so oje no de ko say ye report bi sa na de ba mo animu a action ne te say
me dey can say your council advisory.
So you only advise?
Yes, we only advise. We need power to be at everything about new becoming operating, and because terminals Nankasa Crambono and shares.
Okay.
Terminals Nankasa Crambono, Oko Anka, terminals be about 90% of the terminals, GPI in the dominating. So I did just a single union. Our members are soon growing you know just station is going to say about no more yen. Now, Council, in your person, no run on the diagram, the diagram. In Tinemani and Comodian, I Bibia, Oka, Nika, Ayakana. But no matter say, we can only advise, but we can't effect an interesting. I might have been ye pardia. A thing go back now, my yen, support to your organizational structure. You can expect a solid academy, not sanction here, it's not sanction. Including the public terminal management. Your terminals are only in an virtually a shame about that. It is a mechanical do now. That's the main can could try certain amount and register, send me a member of the union. Me, I can't conclude. And this idea be one. We will do no agenda tends to them come back. And so Jimmy tends to be beyond. That's something you could drive the passenger around the Jamaica. Oh, what's the name? Come on, and come on, as soon. And say, you should direct to say, will be a mention or based on that what you know. Or what on document or document one, or some document savings, some document citizens. To be actual. And you know, yes, but I don't see how this is workable. They should do a proper consultation now in share as a group. You know, why you can first one month I never win it. We cannot travel on one hand. And this side I said they can do baby no. Kuma go near mu. Obi for traffic, almost for traffic, Kuma se mangoko. Obi you back 100 cities.
Wow.
Yes. Back 100 cities. You just imagine. Say we want according to. Open someone ready for no. Most of the more I have a more time to set agenda. We cannot come about. I can see by weekend, not we can
we can need the answer. But all right, one son of a corner. My maybe sa question. Just straightforward question. What did he is minister? I have found for transport. Washington from last year. ABC Sam Ramino can say. What did he say? Bibi bet me. Papa bi efi hwaba.
Obanye sase with the macho. Me ku de empire.
Empire won. Okay. But I'm free meeting there obeko.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, send invitation for my meeting ochina.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right, boy. You better say pa so near the inkomo. All right. The General Secretary, MIA Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council (GRTCC), Oro hine ye boy and ye no edin inkomo from General Secretary to another General Secretary of another transport union, True Drivers Union. Right, Alberma, our ahomano so may no edin inkomo na fe memra backs here. Afishapa. Ane memo akwaba eba Kessben 92.9 FM e wakra and afi so Kessben TV so mijiri ese bia boko de
Kojo Preko Dankwah na famode
aka hwan
ya wo brodu mi do bi wo eye asantumem ya wo da ban ne da nyame nti ya da nyame awie ne de aka ya da ban.
Matthias here. Why Abema? The issue of air transport and a face so sector name and then one major issue I affect your power has to do with air drivers are moon to me engineer mo fair no so ye na ma ye intime mo fo ye na ma fro car no me share Facebook this year e wo Kessben 92.9 and face Kessben TV na me share Kessben TV and kasa passengers Ghana for a gina kwa ho 54 AM basis na me no kase omu nya car na share pressure obedu ha mo say 10 cities instead of 5 cities no aje 10 cities no the corner. What is really happening with the transport sector sisi ame no kase?
So me no Kojo,
yes sir.
Yeah edikan ye na subampa edi abrawa fo ni bi ewo ya kwa so na mbom no dodo na yoni junior omo mo ye saade no me ma ka wa sem wo ko we bu fi be santene sa aya dia se obia ka wa sem bi e de ma ye ade tie bi ado afo na omo no yoni junior bia no oba fa dansa kwa bi so e na omo bo afo obelodu kaswa ada so be ka kaswa straight we twabo open e di atoso ana so be ni short e di akọ ya kasa sem no ko we mu obi anka bi maye akodo be je di say ye hu o mu ni say part of bi obedu bi ana criminals bi donkey phobia yo mu tri hu basa no mu kutekute mia ade sa pa stop na photo I hope say they be kai wani ehu bi.
Yeah, me who ha pa saka he kra me who bi.
Tanko foi ye ni to bi ade kwachi omo. Omo wo driver ba ku ni mate se kai kra wo Ashaman. Overhead na say we loading from La Paz akọ all ban overhead na say nipa wo gina ya o se say nipa ni wie ya. Omo say omo oje no eya 30 Ghana cedi. Abra ye kra ye registered there. Ye tie bibi ama apan no. Cooking fee, 25 Ghana cedi wo baby a onu load free the call Ashama no. Ebe we say on famro, on fanye say o. There is o make passenger. Passenger ba ka so nsi, omo won se kai. Adam so mo wo be se kai ku no. Pero anya person ata omo etu sanko for we so ta. Ba transport union for assembly wo ko we mu nyina ka bom ama ye bu Ghana for road traffic regulation like 2180 regulation 117 and making it clear say opianu kwai so ton ade wo ka kwam so good railway crossing kodo mbatade and ekofi say ti obi nsem na ekifo obi so a bi aso driver ni pa chi say one na edi ewu so kai acha man dey see why pa 9 bi kia track 54 mo so
the kai pa
and no mo charge the kwai na fa la pass pra the air time na make the pay say assembly for no omo didi the carefree agreed for no ka kwai no bi traffic ti mo na kwado ndi ebeto bibia okwan mu a kwan mu ya oba Maakye oba ebo ni Brazil ezuzu ni reto ma no okwan unu zo moto ahwe ni nyina atomai amuto bi waka akwan no ozi ka mame cho na mo fa mu TV camera nko se atoma mi ka meditra okwa na pass last time traffic light ho na no oba ko no kwa brane e de toma yes be di kwa ben side check no dey to back ne e okro we mu NTCI ha tin say ye be reset to mine na ye di kan assembly for nso mu traffic Ghana Immigration Service crowd dem in come asem biom o ma fere pa okro we mu ye kan na nu say go for change na kwa mu fere frade sa kula ni fon kwa dai kwa no ni say immigration for cheche o mo okay
me kai pa
omo do ma so fanti tie ma show mu ground ze zo mu to yi wasum omo to yi wasum
any polish
e me dey so we mu how let see o mai no anything yesterday Ghana Police Service wo mu kaka so o person ta short na ye dey Ghana for no omo empamu Donkey for ni nyina free passport for na kwado mo hwese ta for na omo bonko for no emba for mana
Yo, enti sesi e be ni den because mo charge ye dodo na cars no so a ye nya. I mean clearly anope say me ba homachi be 4 me fifie na me ba na 4 am na kwada anka by this time keso moda ya wanye ntema unya ka ma me fo abegina kwa ho line wa and I can imagine the panel crowd that gina ho up to na bit me gina ho at 6:37 am or start begina ho 4:30 na obi de ka besi o si o so be so ko dia
me da dia mete
I mean
me hu pa be mete ka so kwa no senti hu pa le nim dia di kan ye ni ka na nu bia ye man panyi dada ya wa jina ho me cho man panyi akufu ado oro ka se ni o pa be prebu o ko mo to we kan pe ka ma yo sa service loans di ade no oguno me kan me no di ho nkomo enya asem wa pide ya so me kan wo sem bi se mu ka bi ma ya na san ko for na boy of sia ena sa ka se no mo to ma ya ni nyina bia the service card o disable every system no kra abai bia ba o kini VAT ho ba won ni transport ho enti de kan say yes Ghana for ye tribu nyete si adum da fa sa akwa yi so kwara de adi obiem market na omudi abaka akwa mu no ka ne kwa instead of so betina akwa ba nkem no na traffic akwa ka traffic mo mutimi nkoma eno so ye one factor the atoso miensa ya posifo a ye no omo wo kro we mu say do time bi no say ye kwa akwa ye aduma wo te say Accra Central ni posifo so mo ye operation no mo chichi driver for ni joiska wo mu nsem ente ebofe 2 ekwa 3 wa driver for bebre enko enso ye na edo ma kokro mu onko na posi akwa chi no kwado na nim se afi dan pare pa
ta
a driver for afi dan pare papa ena wo fa kumase kwa so krowei asankare barrier Sika omoji o dey o metu dia be microfinance. Dan pare wo no omoji sika bia. Cause necessary traffic. The sika free grammar for them sir. I don't think about how they enjoy positive one kana.
Okay.
Don't you say now be a mechanic kasa fidie baako so. Na policy be a frame say I wo dey say e be ka so mo jiji sika kro mo purchase dey be board dan pare di.
Yeah, fancy. Why? Nah. Sa issue we there. You better kwan na de waba na you be de hu nkomo ye pa. Ya da se pa. Ya berema ene no edi nkomo no True Drivers Union ene no edi nkomo no but yenko na fe yenko tie ora Felix Kwachi Ofusundra accountability series no de okafa transport sector no in first no yen me wo radio so 92.9 FM no so no yentie na fe so ye wo Kessben TV so no ye hwe ora Felix Kwachi Ofusu na fe yemra back mo asem bi kampa but yenhwe no na fe yemra de okafa transport sector no no.
First of all, what has happened is that there are some transport operators who are engaging in rent-seeking behavior. Because ordinarily, transportation is a largely private sector-driven activity in Ghana. We have these transport unions, GPRTU and what have you, who organize transport systems that convey the generality of our people. For some reason, after the persistent reduction in fuel prices, which led the transport organizations to announce a 15% reduction in transport fares. There are some operators within the system who thought that they could engage in rent-seeking behavior by creating artificial shortages. So, like you and I know that if, for instance, you wanted a vehicle from, say, the heart of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange or circle, as we used to call it, to Achimota, you will go to a particular spot at the station where you know you are most likely to catch such a vehicle. Now, some of these operators do not go to the designated spots. They roam in the hope that the shortage that is created will compel passengers or commuters to part with more money than they should ordinarily pay. They are creating scarcity to drive up prices so that they can engage in rent-seeking behavior. It is unlawful activity, and it must be looked at. Government indeed is looking at it to ensure that those engaging in that activity are brought to order, because there's an agreement between government and the transport unions to fix transportation prices twice a year, unless some extraordinary circumstance dictates otherwise. So we urge the transport operators to adhere to the normal practice that we have known all these years and avoid this rent-seeking behavior, which is needlessly creating difficulties for passengers and commuters. The second issue is that you will recall that when the matter first arose, the Minister for Transport took decisive action by getting STC to release dozens of vehicles to augment what existed in the private sector. And this arrangement largely worked. It eased the situation significantly. We all know that during the festive season, there's an upsurge in passenger numbers. Understandable, because people want to get items from the business district or other notable trading spots for the festivities, and so there was an upsurge. After the festivities, I think that the vehicles were withdrawn, and we note that the rent-seeking behavior still persists. So the minister informs that he has asked the STC to put back the vehicles on the road. In addition to that, there are quite a number of Metro Mass buses that had broken down. So he has ordered their expedited servicing to ensure that in a matter of days, they are back on the road. But they will operate outside of their normal routes and schedules in order to take care of the present congestion that is going on. The minister also informs me that I think tomorrow or so, he has requested for a meeting with the GPRTU and other transport operators to address the issue of rent seeking, to call those engaged in that activity to order, so that the hardship is alleviated. But ultimately, a lot of work is being done to increase the fleet of the Metro Mass Transit. But we must bear in mind that government can play an increasing role in the transport sector, but it is largely private sector driven. So these private sector players must play by the rules and avoid unfair exploitation of passengers through the creation of
Okay, into 80 minutes into 8 a.m. into the most share no na mo santi ni sisia no government communication minister for government communications Ora Felix Kwache Ofusu in summer or they atudwa sisia no when it comes to transport sector no then some of the two join na wetie no one of the things what can say transport sector no largely private sector driven. Okay. Maybe on so na media edition say largely private sector driven. We have to understand certain things that is really happening. Again, Yanka say a correspondent or war Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Ura Atokwamena your correspondent. I mean, he did a clever video. I mean, with regards to this same transport sector issues here. And I really enjoyed that video, and then one more radio so Munti on 92.9. I'm also on Kessben TV, so no one share exactly what Atokwamena our correspondent where Kessben Media Group or Ashanti region. Yen share na fi yemra back in bedin komobi.
Abusha for me the picture be about to see ama enipa ehyen ne dia no ehu ekwan a driver wa de car no e de amaro no wadi ayatimefo edi efaso wo santimantemu ya na ne nyane se efiti efiti adum na do ko santase 4 cedi 50 pesos 4 cedi 50 pesos na so adwafo ne bi wo ho amaji 5 Ghana cedis obia enka hwe but sa ehyen ya medi ne normal no ebetuso no ama enipa ehyen ne bia no wo hu ekwan a driver fo no the driver wadi car no amano no po a wode po ayatimemfo awa santimantemi ano karu no ehu no ene se enu anyumle car no ni meti ne ba opai 10 Ghana cedis 10 Ghana cedis 10 Ghana cedis 10 Ghana cedis ana enu anyumle saa ehyen no agiye na me de no mani nyina beto platforms no ama mahu yeka overcharge ya kan wasem no mpinifo wa santimantemi ano sema ntum nan anfansi so a sisi ano agi ensem asantimantemi anti picture no na mede atoso no car no red na ne normal nyina no na mede aka ho amam nti kawura odabani no ani mpinifo a mo asade so mo hwe na omode omofa emra kwan so no omohwe na momfa emra kwan so emaye das osi eze kase osi kaso eze osi kaso eze no so one five from Kaneshi to Iva eze o kwa fun kwa so wo we utiweja wo go kaso 15 kaso 15
So 22 minutes into 8 a.m. Ye Atokwamena no odeka no ebibia eto so no. This was a short one ye nya one trotro double no so one kind or kokas one no and also 15 no umfra jai opa double thing obeko enunti no obefro sa 15 no because I saw do kufie. Now clearly say the Ministry of Transport any grips when it comes to enyema ekososisiano. It look as if say aban ejatimemufuo like you are not showing that serious concern to stop this particular problem. And now, when my producer showed me Bakwa, the Deputy Minister for Agric, Ora John Domelo, Ako Shiashi, Ede Bas, Abesi Ho, Ede Fa passengers, if you honum Ako Madina no. Then it tells me, say, we have lost the fight when it comes to the transport sector. Because for the minister who is supposed to be in the office, descends from this ministry, finds a bus to commute and conform on one area from Siashi down to Medina. Onya bus momo Omu jina ho for almost how many hours God knows. Ono no be jina obi so omu kwa hin when you listen to it. No mo kan shom so omu ko madina say na mo ko madina dia mon fro bus na esi hono. Now the minister has to descend from the office, not concentrating on Greek, but now descends down to now find buses for Timemufo to move on to go and work. Now, bear in mind, they say, what we are doing, you know, even the working, your friend is saying, hours in our crown, as what it. Meno ka say, Ghana ni bedua jumama until 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and bedua jumam. So ask yourself, from 7, ekosi sa time, you know, a juma workforce low. 2, odu ye no krano wabre me ndada wabre because we jina wiani mu ache ensuo toye so anka bono enti okodu adwuma mu no osan home for the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes wabre about 12 obeko lunch ofi lunch about 1.5 hours and now 1 hour about 4 or 5 opese osan ye ne ntem no ko adwuma no kofa ne ma no ye aduane ma ne kunu ne ne yere ene ne nkwada. So it tells you that the workforce in itself now, yes, see, yeah, Jumano. We check time in Ankasa 8 hours in the crown and say, as what it. We are doing less than 8 hours. Awe Jumam, I won't lie to you. We wake up as early as 3:30. We get to offices at 10 a.m. We go to lunch at 12:01. We close between 3 and 4 because a rush hour. In the time in Ankasa, no, I say. And that is what should be worrying the sector minister of transport. Now, last year, transport sector minister came to tell all of us that what? By 2026, they should be part of unions. What has happened to that matter? What has happened to that matter? Now, Enra Felix akasa fine. Ora Felix Kojo Preko akasa fine. Respectfully, Felix, what can I say there? But I will not agree with you to say that largely the sector is driven by your friend is saying private sector. Listen, if it is driven by the private sector the way you think it is, then we should not be having what we have now. Let me deal with government first. We sit here and we do politics with transport in this country, where we were touting ourselves that where the metro master buy, where the cars way buy, where the ayalolo buy, where the way buy. What has happened to all these cars? Ghana need taxpayers' money. Yeah, they call fast cars in Inano. Those cars in Inano, tell me, when Orakufor started with this metro mass thing, we hailed him. We thought that the affordability of transport and every single thing was in good shape, was in order. Therefore, we're going to have a serious transport sector that was going to help the same private people to take workers out and bring us back safely. What did we see? We saw challenges. One was management challenges, which shouldn't affect the ordinary Ghanaian. But the catcher said management issues, poor management issues in government sector. It is those buses now. If indeed we realize now that the private sector is the one that is driving it, why didn't we then procure these buses and give it to the private sector to run? But government decided to run these particular buses. Go and see what the Ayalolo has done. Packed, attaching water and all that. Go and check, assess it. And you are here telling us that you are going to fix some of these cars. Cars and I can say in the people were removing we never saw it. Yet there's an MD there, there are workers there who are taking month-on-month salaries. Yet we say we have a Metro Mass, we have Ayalolo and all those ones. We came touting some years ago that we're going to build bus roads, BRTs. We didn't even see the use of getting that thing done. Now let me come back to this issue of drivers on mujina ekwan ho on fafafa nipa sesi anu yehu bia yegina. Listen, IGP wo ye adwuma pa. I'm not disputing that. But you see, what some of these drivers are doing a crime. This is crime and they need to be arrested. Listen, Uba circle heya, omo be jina ha. No ma ye obi jina ha no lodu Kumase. Circle heya, KF nim heya. As that Twin Towers nim heya, na olodu Kumase. Then you find the ordinary Ghanaian not going to these bus stops. Na obe faka no ho. Na de ni kanie. The cars are standing there on Pai Kumasi o in Koko. Na GPR GPR MTDD penyini ejina ho police for parking moto ejina ho no mo na kwabrani ejina ho na olodu ne car se mi Kumase na moto MTTD for ejina ho no data general of MTTD. Listen, this one so one form na yen si form you are hurting Timemufo. I'm not talking about government matters. You are hurting Timemufo. If things are not done well, we'll have challenges. Already, Ghana, the government has failed back to back. Now, if you are telling me, Pose, you are now bringing back the STC buses. Oh, Jesus. STC, and no credit saying, to bring buses back again. Now, ayalolo ni dia kan na na say you see some of these things na ya mo ka kire no one aya na mo pese e feel say mo kro ya na mo se mo tukwan makotena UK atena US mo ko school wo ho when you were doing it ho kra no ka woni car why do you put ma suppose we need car because the transport system works efficiently. Bus stops are working well. Chroma have bus stops ya they ton niane Chroma bus stops, ya the ton moto. Go and check. Ave no nim heya. Baby a pavement se nipa faso. Ya the ton cars and the motos. Mujina ha MP. Area hanom. MPs are working here. Mube train whoa. Efa hanom. Pavements that people should use to avoid accidents. MTTD. Oshe. Ni a ton moto. Ewoso. Ye ton cars. Ewoso. I mean how? Edim heya. Yet on cars also. The last one before I go to Imbos, Rich, just 2 minutes. The same minister comes to tell us, he says, you are formalizing Okada. And yes, I know Mokache. Says, omoye commercial, right? That is what they are telling us. Now, if it is so, I want to ask the transport minister 1 or 2 questions. Yenim say, Ofo be say oye it is oye commercial dia. Then what it means is that they need to be controlled. They need to be measured within the spaces, within the sector. One, we fail to even recognize that motors are in this country. So they are fighting with ordinary cars on highways. And no chain. What's the way in the commercial? Ziga, we are in the commercial no. These motor riders don't even have a uniform to identify themselves that these are commercial moto. These are commercial Okadas. We don't. Taxis, we know. Taxi with the yellow number plates. We see them. Private cars are white number plates. Okada diano a blue. Obia register moto bia a motor plate a blue. Now, if they are doing commercial, what will be their number plate color? So I can identify that moto no tremuno or ye commercial. 2, only uniform no ni station. Besha circle ha baby ojina traffic light na say deadly place. Ehon ojina only station. Yet is it because of politics we have said that we should commercialize them? Look at the kind of interior almost say they don't even have the so we say or ye commercial. Again, let me ask. Ni protective gear no ewe as a driver or a moto obi o kamoto no ni protective gear no we hifa mena mabetena so no what should be my protection helmet no way omo ni bi and yet you're saying that what commercialize you omo. Look at this one. First, we can't even regulate it. Motor phone, we can't even regulate omofe. But yes, I regularize yomo. And it's in so family fiana so they may call La Pasa. We should be knowing, Timemufo should be knowing that so far moto, if it's circle, Nasa also will call La Pasa, and your 2 cities flat. Somebody takes 50, somebody takes 150, somebody takes 100. There's no control in the transport sector. Please. 34 minutes into 8 a.m. I mean, I'm going to find boost. We were in booster. Zigger stick will be on. Right after that, now you're the panel also at Nasi. They are set. We're going to talk about it. Ahanum, Kessben 92.9 Accra. And I feel so Kessben TV. On Facebook, Kessben TV. And I feel so Kessben 92.9. On DSTV channel 364. And then on Go TV, channel 121. In boost. Yen komo.
Medafo me de wadru sharp herbs biaya ye imboost herbal mixture police ni na dro no ename ne wo behwe senti etwa se wo de imboost herbal mixture eye wadru enne pa e wadru ni mu enne niema papa se obinom imboost herbal mixture onya medafo se ka imboost herbal mixture se de wate dada na eye police ni no adru no edro eye police ni o ye mamu heya na nyame nam ne so a ode edro ya bedwa so e wodwa so dada ada a che se yeguso a ye nom a eboa ye ma ye ni Adriano Kwamwano, Enya Hodem, na Enaya Shane Pa, Ewo Imboost Herbal Mixture. Police in a draw Imboost Herbal Mixture, Wayano, Odinubna, and Hama, Enuahini and Odiaye. Now, she addressed their brand in the city and a unique cry, a dance. Nanya brand and Nekake, content na a woman, and also a different, a uniform, na a uniform as in chain, aka a drug Kayabia Akahu. And notice a Upia one team, Nasa Oko Herbal Shop, license chemical shop. Pharmacy biemu na okope ebibidroma pa ebetimi aboa mo atimi ako edi onyare wanyina sunkunimu a menhwe dro bia se imboost herbal mixture police ni no edro no sei enetie mepacha won saka bia kapo ketua bi hyeso ubie so na wo hyekini wi akapo ketua na hyeso no obenum 2 anopa ansa na wadidi awiaso wadidi awie obenum 2 enwumra a wokọ akoda no wanum 2 edro yira wo nipadua mu a eba beboa nkwamu a ewo nipadua no mekire immune system no na enya ahoden mapa na atimi aboa wo nipadua no na dwumaso a nyankopon nyansa ne nipayo mu obo nkwamu de mani pedua ne se enima no sa adwumaso no enkwamwa na atimi edi amani pedua no edroi ye de nubrane hahama na aye na nubrane hahama ne natural spices ide aye no ekra properties bebree ekra phytochemical compounds bebree a eboa ni pedua no apomden ma ne timi ekonanim properties ameka ho asemu ebi ne saponis ebi ye tannis afensu ebi ye flavonoids ebi ye carotenoids ena alkaloids ne de keka ho bebre a mentumi ye brani timi fa ne nyina entudwa na nam se ebrani sa na dodo akonya ba akofo ntena so nchenti ena me no be ka mienu ho asem ye fa saponis eye property a ewo imboostable mixture mu a obi a wodi police ni na dro imboostable mixture ne be ye na edro no saponis na ewo mu nti fat entimi enya nika ewo ni paduanim me kire srade eno nti se wutie me ne na se woni paduanim ayedu embroso wankasa wonante a obre wonante a ase wo tie so utumu se ni paduane emu ayedu waye kese embroso a imboostable mixture na ye kanfo di amawo saponis na ewo mu no sa woto imboost no na wo shekina wo se bibi ba ni bubbles bi ba ni mu se ehoro bi saa no aha eno ena ekọ wo shifat ni nyina efri ni paduanim edi amawo eno ewia na nwieye afe ekohye aboa na wo sugar a ekọ ni paduanim enuane a ye di starchy foods a ye di and end product eye sugar and ase glucose no ekoboa anormalize sugar level no edi amawo me kire se esichira aboroso wo ni paduanim no ebete na kofom kra wo di aboroso na wo de embroso so a control no asiese ne de ama se de be ya embroso nkofa ohaw ana oye na bi enfamrel afe ewia hye se cholesterol abroso woni padua mu aya ss no ebete so e de ama wo medofo enye no nkwana so ye brani ti ye nko tannis enso so yi Tannis so ye property bi a ewo nipa ewo imboost mu a se wura nipa duani mu a ekoye osi akwan ama bacteria virus germs infections a omu wura ni ye nipa duani mu a omu kwasesa yare ahodo de breye no eno na Tannis na ewo imboostable Mr. mu no ekohye na aye osi akwan aseti barriers ama wo se de ebe ya wo pia bonten na se wo de wonsa so ne ma bi mu ana wudi nuane bi na se kwa akofa ohaw bi ana wo ye ne bi e de abrewa Tannis na ewo imboost mu no ebe ya osi akwan amasa ne oma ne nyinam afa Tannis ninti wonum imboostable Mr. ye police ni na duro no oni akomayade eni twaka kra kyese akomayade entumi emben wo heart attack bia entumi emben wo eboa siesie akoma no ma ne tumi ye atwuma ye afen so ehye ema moje wo nipaduani mu no etimi di afusane ye ebi ana wutie me na kakra bi a wona ye titiriti onsa ye titiriti moja ne ntumi ndi afusane ye amo akoma bo periperi ama pressure no kra ekosoro dodo ana ate abafom sese hypertension no abasa ne wo betena enu ti doctor amo waduro se no maduro no nefa control no me pacho imboostable Mr. wo betimi anoma ka ho ebesiesie wo nipadua no na control ne di ama wo nipa bebre na anom imboostable Mr. no pressure no ewo soro pa nanso nei odi adanse se eduro no aboa no afen so ebi ana wutie me na cancer kra na etete wo me carotenoid eho asem eno so boa wo na ewo cancer eno ti se wo nom imboostable Mr. hunu se sa carotenoid na ewo mu nti no ma cancer emba wo nipadua nim enye no nko me dafo wutie me se ye fa imboost ho bonus na se mfa so dia yenya ewo nipadua nim a edoso obi ohon mo se me didi wi ana me bo ehyehye me ana se aduane to me yam a me ntumi kra imboostable Mr. ne besiesie di ama wo imboost ne de enka wose abusua bia enya bisi ne fie bra yare achi mpofiri mu so na wo be ko hospital ana yare achi hu kani ana se wo dofo bi na wo pese wo de no ko hospital no wo de wo imboost ne bia fa ne bie so ne di kan ma ne binom ansakra na modru hospital ho se imboost serve as first aid e de ama wo abusua na de biara da otumu se yare ene moto nkwanta amapai yare nta amemu imboostable Mr. Boy general body pains free ni padua mu me kire police ni na dro no an obi mu bisa se adai edro no eye painkiller na wonum a eyi ya wo nyina se ye adwumaden na wo ye se ye fom dwuma e na wo ye se wo ye mesini wo ye driver ni wo ye gya ho adwuma wo ye oba wo kwa market ko di dwa wo honom obeba na honam nyina ya wo ya edro imboostable Mr. na ebeboa wo na menua ba eboa wo yi ya wo no na menstrual pains any menstrual disorders so wo di ni sunkunim eno nti wo baby or menstrual pains or menstrual disorders a ye kan fu police ni na dro imboostable Mr. no ena di ama no afen so ebeboa asiesie wo maaye mu no se bia infection bi ehinta wo baby candidiasis me kire odepoa ehinta wo baby a ebesiesie nu anase nsuo biara enya nika nanso eba efri wo nipadua ni mu ba ekofo how edebre wo no imboost ne beboa eyi ni nyina afri ho be ma wo hwe me imboostable Mr. ebeboa ama mensem so akonanim a wo how bia eni akire sa wo to imboostable Mr. se wo no mo amedofo eye du papa ebeboa wo na o how bia nim sanse yankasa na edua ye nubena no ukọ ti regional hahama ne nubena no ya gi asase yantam wo ho eni afa akuafo aguso ye ne o makasa se mama fa chemical bia nka asase no ne mpo akọpa se eduro no enu nti ye ndro beba ye de be fa mfidie mu a ye behwehwe mu no na kyese bibia eye kroje na eduro ne be agya so enam se ye papa nti adanse bebre na ewo ho
eduro ne ye papa asa me ko pedwe me 20 nya me menses enye yi
sa
me body ne enye yi
okay
ba me to eduro no me kunu so ma me de bia me no no me ya me sorry me ko pedwe me new system so I come me menses so I come
ban so me net no bo so me so ana menses na say ba no ma be even 5 days no na be 3 days pe na atwa be ma nye do mbi ko na no so kra no mbi no e ma kwa na we ba be 5 days no mind me ne say do no mum de no kra ni e de nyame asase nyankopon ayadom na edu ba tanse bi pe kro man we mu na e boa fofofo na ye nya mu anwodi nya accident e koda trafaga almost 3 months me na ibubuye e ma da de shi mu enti na pensa na e wo ho a meti no police ni aduru no mo to bre me amenom ye no first one no de na me nti pensi no biem the second one at times going no amenom police ni aduru na wo me nan no na ma wo se me nan na fe de me hu sa kira bi on nan no nso ta nan mu ye
omo pressure we so ta nan mu enti me no police ni aduru na fe ma wo se nan no asase ye dey etwe enti aduru no de eye me ma no bi anase oba bi ye o ya honam ya hono de me de no na esa me yare ma me enti se ka ye camera kra metimi ayi ba bi amenya accident no e de a kire tiefo no mo so ahwe no mo de aduru no adanse a kire mansan
adanse atwa agu nyina eye imbustable Mr. Police ni nadro ho adanse enko ano no wote ho ye dai tutumri kasesia na ewura herbal shop license chemical shop na kope imbustable Mr. nanom na wonom a afe apomudin abusuakuo imbust no wa beka ho wo beka apomudin abusuakuo no ho a de biara da wotimu se woni padua no enya apomudin mapa oni yade atonkwanta mapai ye numbers na gu screen so no frey asem bi a kire wadwen no brane ne ye meka ho asem ana se frey na bisa ye kope imbust tonom na beboa wo atufo beko herbal shops akese a etwa Ghana Heshia enkran okanshi drug lane ebi ewo honom Kumasi ene central region Koforidua eastern region munyina northern region bebia imbust no yato apeti enti kope bi tonom ebeboa wo pa imbustable Mr. de eye apomdema pa ena apomdema pa so eye imbustable Mr. enam se police ni na ye enti obetumi akase
45 minutes into a year 8 a.m. imbustable mixture ne no mo di nkom no kope bi to na beboa ye pa. Now this one is from Martin John. Or say Martin John in a just Domia Brazil. Good day, sir. Even prior to the Xmas, we didn't witness such shortage of cars and the increment of fares. It looks like we are living in a banana country of which no leaders seem to care about this country. The president must rise up. Regards to the next president of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Kennedy Ejapon, the number one shattered man. We if you Martin John in a just so Domia Brazil. No, they keep. Bring in your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, and then making kind of I saw Mamo Ziga. Are you ready? Ziga stick and at your day Basisia, but my champion for one of him Ziga so now fe Ziga and Fanny Denny we are now fe almost so omatna say. Raka official by Biabo there. I saw do nice. Mama it's for your nice. Yeah, that's it. You the 2026 by Matthias here. Ora Koko do Bohemi Biabo official passo. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Meba na fe aba bedi nkomo na fe mi nko eye nana from pon Ziga hono na fe member back. Ziga, bibi aboko there.
Yeah, nyame adomare bi aboko. Let me applaud you.
That's it.
You have really done well. Adequate America say why ade ni say enye aduma na we because you were dada. So I don't expect anything lesser than what you did. But dear Bakwa, why am I say? What they say you qualify to be here. So Felix Ofusu say what done for pa.
Oh yes.
I said I see an corner office coach.
Sure.
But one man who send ye konen. What Bundia said you all can pass. And I like it in that way. Congratulations. Say necessary because you know my you far down for family friends friends and families yes. And you're doing in this country so you have really done well. Congratulations. Nice. Before I'm about myself just a minute
okay
because we see Oko Kwabri East Kwabri East municipal MC now honorable your friend Joseph Amankwa something like that. Meka asem we omo de omo tag no na nye ne na meka asem we awie ye ka kire ne se ye nya ne tie se by July ahwa reshuffle beba reshuffle na beba no enye ministers nko a chief executive including district chief executives etu opese ye reshuffle no a ye beboa na me ya reshuffle mutie ni district chief executive ana MC no a Oba Pontin Kumasi, Ashanti region na America. So pesi ya reshuffle no a ye be boa na me ya reshuffle. And ye dia no tuma bibie no ebetimi asave no ye ka che ni plane. Me ba be card konti a ye koye ni no. Ade bi a wo ye wo asoromaso uhu ayem be so. Residential area e wo kwa ho a tete dan a yesi ayi fuel station, gas station. Station yes West I took come na akwa video no I'm shocked one of the tell me fuel station school any school on him crank it in kitchen school and when him Enna just say resident ni su but enam so kuta power is not doing anything about it. Okwa was say a bind what are you doing about it? You are a chief executive officer. Local government are binding honasha wonsa. Abada dano sign contract SML and then a president became mewa. There are so many issues our president about say I have to discontinue. Yeah. So what are you doing? Abada dana buy and say a bekuni pa na to na Messi be have ya reshapo so stop that way station na a be no surprise.
Okay.
Ode ya ne mamen kasem so nkyere Mike. Abrantie bi so ye so wa yi asroma so ye friend Michael. So na mi say odukro no ba say omo na etra so no ka ho na amatra me he sade na wono obete yanka. Ode is okay.
All right.
But you see adie we ya he why you know transport yi. Ye me to as a boss. The transport minister onu nukro mu omu nyaka ko bebia. Saboba. What you acquire research?
Omu nyaka go bebia.
Saboba to Gushegu. They are charging on approved fares. Saboba to Yendi. Miso dopa. Let's call people there. The town trip was Saboba. They are charging on approved fares because omu dia nye nipa abrusu no. And the traffic, almost so my quine yet. Say, a quine no, the town trip no have a problem. And now, the neighboring district now be through an abecono. And also, a problem. It is Saboba to Cherapone. Yeah, charge on approved fare also to an hour Casamu on one district of crime, also to an hour Casadis.
The deputy here, deputy no. Deputy Transport Minister.
On does what makes your palace to Tafutus. Huh? And yeah, in Aka, Madame Afitofi.
Also, Name.
Oh, what is what it makes your commercial palace? How to take photos to Instagram. I don't read Instagram. Me say, let me tell you something. Okay, President Mahama, when you're reshuffle. Because listen,
I don't as open in terms of
me deputy. Three senior high school, and then another down Kwaku for the this one. Article 25 clause 1. A capture say we should have a free secondary education. And another Kufuor say we need to implement it. Nipa ne ko school no a double a nipa ne baby na. The minister no honne say a kombe ne befa so a nipa benya aduma be nipa ne kola ni na betimi akọ school. What say President Nyabote ya wade bi e fe ne double track. So ya was say adutu. And they introduce double track and now by ya nipa ho he ha na Kufuor de buy. Oh, solution. Encourage phones. Encourage nkofo esika. I from Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Israel, uko Kumasi ni Accra. It was all over. Yenya baby masa ankora no, ede na ekoso na Francis Poku. Onu no ye Minister of Security or President Kufuor say Sankra ni research more na free secondary school number. We need to engage them. We need to see a pair duma mo ye. So nya duma ya obejai sadem. And no national youth employment. You get me? The national youth employment by the first 100,000 we are rolling them. A kwaben ye befa so ebetu omoka. Okay, let us go to Banredu. What was okay, President Kufuor, me the idea biba. Let us introduce communication service tax and your double the top tax. So bia kasa ofonsoa, yentin a certain percent near Falkutia, Sankoranika. Solutions. And no be an betimi minister. And no be an betimi minister. Sa papa we say, ni pe Joseph Bukari. Me so betimi a transport minister. Urumadi I saw obetimi a adumani. Tie Yamani bedina sek faka kofie. Baby ni area wono. Chie jan wo anase du anim na onko la pass. No ko gina last poma sani mo na ya be me kan. Odo onko gina ho just 20 minutes. Bo be gina la pass ayi sek yase ha. Odo be gina ha no kakra no faka kofie. Ho no better situation ase. Ano better situation ase. The thing is so serious. Me so kwasi how. Do from Russia from 4 corner. and it is affecting productivity to say the all kind. Because listen, and confirm could do a fiantem, but the almost person sako fiantem. What buy your foreign reserves every 10 billion. I shoot to echo 12.something billion. Bank of Ghana cash at what a crown is still hovering with 11 billion. With inflation, at your free, your friend is 21 point something. At your bar, send get the 5.4. What the foreign exchange, at your free 14 point something, 14.7. And the foreign exchange, over about 10 point something. The American what I say, inflation, food inflation. When now I buy net timia the American other sectors not timia yama, and then people will enjoy. Na me, minimum say sano money cost na minyaka and coffee. I made them a kaisad. Just my make you, made them a kaisad. They need ministers who are pragmatic. They need ministers who are the solution. Honorable Rikopoku, a Greek minister.
Okay.
What say? Full security. Send a bear Buntino. Galamse na yetu. Ye check galamse for now. Pull no amodi tusuo. Adia no amodi tusuo no pump no. Eno no de makua for no. Wachicha makua for no. Say monfa entutusuo fanye ye fe ne say. Enfanye mafu. Eno na ma food inflation ko 6.6. Ideas. Nimdie ni nyansa. Seven producer. You want 3 years transport. Me say are serious? Me say Bibia no bet me solve that you. What do opa minister so what yi ye fere say one force. Was what transport one force or a task force enforcement to money na maya. Yes, driver for say ye. I saw one. I was say the commuters were fighting with the task force because maybe person be coffee. Nipa ne jeme 10 Ghana cedis. Me person be coffee as a task force. Would the ababe driver no call traffic asi won't me my 3 hours or my but that's also task force. What we can do and instead you have a transport deficit.
All right.
We should bring more buses, please. Bring more buses. For more buses, big system name. Don't afraid of your friend said drivers no. That is the politics in it. Almost so the bar. Drivers no jumano, a bay haka cranty, and what the coffee banner, to send your president conform to Abaditiano. And then you meet young farmer. That is the only solution.
All right.
Solution to bring more buses.
Okay.
To solve the situation of the deficit, transport deficit that we have.
Okay.
That's all. Anything no driver no babejira. Nese. Ni pegu no no charge exorbitantly na bank car bana esese di parokwa next time no abehuru se be obehu nyansa go to our transport terminals kwaseke akọ enye na Ghana road transport for
coordinating council
say we should not sell alcoholic beverages kwaseke kokọ kwasaf market okuma so kọ say ene drinking bars ne pubs and asaye ho ama you see about 100 to 200 meters you been drinking bars. All these things and not count the to abaditia new patriotic party.
All right.
What are you doing?
Okay.
And then yes, papa be jina say ke fa ko ka kofi and we do animra. I no obenya ye feeling no obete e kwan ko for fa so omo brasa no omo kofi. Adana akosi e ka che me.
Yeah, quick.
O ka che nana ma na me so mudi nkomo. E wo no say akosi enu ma so sha enu mi simu 5 o'clock mi kodru fie ne kobo 10. Na nya rehosam. Time ben no be no ma wi obeda. No asore sa dia ba etini pa no wo ko aduma wo kontem so de biche what the traffic so sa aduma should start 8 o'clock sa 8 o'clock no wa kodu fie aduma be 10 o'clock e bo 4 wa person o ye fast no osako 3 o person osako affect productivity. They should work on it.
All right. 58 minutes into 8 a.m. in my Samsung for Kojo Preko Dankwah just gone by Ziga and the Ziga taken on a bray. My main court na yene kweku edubon henshase na femembra ura Jeffrey Okansi. So neighbor share the transport sector. And then what is really happening with our schools, education, the manual, the LGBT plus kiono hunkomonyina ura Felix touch on it. Repemino yebe bo tape no so am also wait do kafa ho. But this is what is really happening or staring on our faces as we speak. Teachers' education manual with LGBT plus Q and then Kekahuna, Ebidin Yahunko. But the answer with the transport sector and then other matters near the Hunkomo. Kwaku, Mamino and Shasi and Afi in the Ankomo. 10 minutes, Aya would the Anafi member. Ura, Jeffrey Okansiso.
Medasi, my first acquaintance is so actually Honorable Kennedy, Kojo Preko Japan, and Ra, EV Central Region. Yaba, I be doing crime. From a China corner, the work we the last 4 constituencies within the Boko enclave. No, Yati and Binduri, Boko Boga, and Yati and Sefron. I say all the 276 constituencies. No, Yakumina Esi. After the clearance, no, say a bit me about. And we in a na ACCC volunteer. A chairman man for so official part to everybody. Transport system, yeah, come once a me. And a driver for Subayan and say more than a day. A fall near issue free circle. You drive a Kajansi and yes, him. Na, ya for more to us so. If you have a Kajansi, nearly more we see of Uncle Barrier. Near South for more free. And meaning also, Jeffrey, a car back one call. Put on your mic near Mount. Car back one, a Pukwasi. And so, menim baby I nasa and no may free. Let us be blunt with ourselves. And ya dear a year and niso, and na enika. And we say as a ministry of transport or ne GPRTU for etna see no more share quite before sa and no may ya air cosu yina no ye be addressing. Na yehu say en hyehyeye no a wo ho ni timi nka se wo fo obi afri circle akopuku ase na wo de minim say mu ye shuttle buses mu so free ha ni akosi ha ni esi ha enye enikasa good thing for us and say is a fool ya tete so. But I'm a fool on this one, it is one at the pump now. It is not reflective in the charges of these drivers. And no omonte so in the first place. But Africa do must have for before us have which is even making the whole thing too cumbersome. Like what you want to say? One. Aban no yenga sendi si aban ya de o man ga na yenyina ne atim wo ye ne yi a aboa yenyina wanye ne yesu a yenyina ne yehwere de eni fuel pricing akofom ekofom no yenim se nka yeboni twinu gram ka ashentuade asede senka eno so et eba fom kakra mo a monte ma from GPRTU for mo ma ne ma from say e be reflected on be the excuse ba say pricing of parts e wo aboso kan ene ho kokompe mu no e da so wosoro ene mate guta mpanyimfo bi o mu ka say sa pricing no aba from kakra ama ya tete sa no man ndi ya tete so because of the forex to dollar rate no enoma buona ba from one de international ade de yente so kakra eno nda nchen a se si asan fa kwati kwan so asan edi bu amanfo kum. But then in all these things no sometimes me I don't blame the private individual now on what on a car now on only the NSA or they be making a profit. What I say? But then profit, you know, so who make profit? And then it's all say profit. I will make no. They are airboa ɔman Ghana ɛyɛ ade a nea wuye yi kwasi ada bɛsa akɔtena sorry dem mu asa akɔbɔ mpae atu hallelujah hallelujah no Hosanna na wokɔto yi no na wahwɛ sɛ deɛ bɛn papa na ɔde ayɛ wunua we are in a country yes about 70% of us are Christians and so how can you deep on no wunua hwe wani mo so wuntira and so no miaw wuntiro anya wo kran kam mfa nyi sensu no just say why no times 2 + 3 just say and no money be wo a ekoso a eya na eya asefam I'm being blunt truck drivers you say the law enforcement groups if we have to deploy them people must enforce these laws say GPR2 for eya no more tax force be eya no more check some of these things what has happened to them then I see now we can ayalolo buses see you say we share ayalolo buses now or Achimota news station where ya hatan just said the hatan na no menim say Kobia and the hata ya ubekona cars ni nyina sisi ho meanwhile ya boka ato cars aboka aye lolo lanes on our street ayalolo lanes no ewo ho still enti ayalolo buses na esisi ho no a yem se car say ya si enti yenti min si car si ho yi ne emfa nya adwuma na wo de se parts no se bosia na yebo a adenti ne yemo bosia emfa toto sa parts na nhye ne deploy cars no na emwa with the transport system of Ghana. Yeah, yako sua de kakra wo amanone a abai. Yeah, you who said you transport system net here. Bon say transport system is such a way say 7 a.m. your bus eba lane air faso. Now what won ticket 7 a.m. when say 7 a.m. say ujina at the bus stop because the bus will be there. Nefe. Now
Bedu kan e boho. E tro, e ba e say 20 minutes e bedu ho, 10 minutes e bedu ho. 5 2 3 pepe na bedu.
Ana no pa ho a e bia within the next 30-40 minutes another bus eba. Just say me Kojo
and I'm say hono ni car, one ni private car crown ho to.
Kojo just say me de na say yen panyimfo bebre na ye kan so ya gosua ne wo ho ne aba enti ye sua de na ye bedru Ghana em say du ya ne ya sen refi e fa na pie free ajafri na pie free ala ahira
and de ni kan wa friend so si o mi kwa kofa train okofa train no ako enti wutina mu na ye ofe
ba bia wo bia wuti mi kwa adwuma
I mean
our baby makes a lot of sense in that economy. Then the SC Ghana ha. Enti Metro Mass transit buses I go for by. Very beautiful initiative. They say buses no Mira oba ho no. Last time me ko
okay.
Me who say or born home den. Or you fund them pa to prim some of the buses up. Where say be wa body works be wa asiano wobbly no try pass obey no we see na ni abre na no masere mini obro aduma we nya aduma ketwa oh kanesi omo kanesi terminal ha ya no me ko na say na ni abre say me kwasra mini abi wo ho. And I happen to have chanced on him say waba we inspections ba kumienu bi enti adwuma de no ye no na ma me approach na me chia no na me man na you say your man appointment me chia no and me chia no and me hwese de ne nia bre se opese the system should work I'm saying the system would work when you bring your workers closer. Omuno munim nie aya ma bases yi asese. Omuno munim kwan e befa so a ebesisi bases na ma na ye adwuma. Papa twe mu be wo. Na yes won kasa obeye de a emwa obebre. That is what we face within the civil service. Young politicians in your car. Technocrats now or no minimum near a year is you. But umumwa. No be a done the need for baby. Yes, Remo. Technocrats now ministries in Muno.
Okay.
Muna Munimo Jumano. Muna Martina Jumano Wache. Camera ministers and any political appointees. No, omunya asura bofo. They are not tabula roses. Our a reciprocity of all knowledge. Omunim. Obikra no accountant near the Nakwa Minister for Transport. On run the transport industry we be other. It's baby a was no. We hear emwa. Yes, Remo. Momwa womo. Na aban so yes Remo. Said na the minister responsible for government communication. Kasa ya no chire na aban yesi na ba. See. The transport industry needs investments. Aban needs to invest in it. Yes, we are in a country where there's a laissez-faire economy, so we want a private individual to flourish. We want a private man. But then the can who say, "So Aban cars na ye can cars ye juma." A Ghana for na benye juma yo.
Okay.
Yes, ye ni juma. Ejuma aho akwatwe ama emaburu nya ejuma nye wo ye sure say metro mass buses ye ejuma say ayalolo ye ejuma wono ma wo ye ejuma mo se munye na Nigerians mo ye Ghana for enti ebema wono wanka driver for na bi ye betimi erukutu mu ema mo aka sa buses wi ama aboa yesre.
Okay.
It is about time I say you find it serious because I will share near a course of kwan so I na asafam and they may buy traffic be a wolf and call you're stretching no na fa so gina ya lorry kwan ya enkoyi so ebi sase ebi nuru ba bia hwe ye kwan ya eda pokuase kwan onam so na oba asafem baby wo hwa ya awi mabi bu so wo hwa ena de ya na ekumi kura ne se enka contractor no baby a onye ye no kura onfa omuma machine mfa so kakra na level ho se de wonam ho kura nka ho so kwajo potos ni amenamu aye ne nam ansa ne aba beduru ha
heading
mesre Minister of Roads no kura say Maripoma ye adwuma omo hwe kwan ni baby omo bia atomu ne no ma but baby a omo enye ye no eya na amena na den eya deda ho na deda ho ye den anu ka obi na ya na trotro driver for ya na abo mutri mu say omo spare pass every 3 days and now 1 week be so of course some
sure
enti na adana sabiu akronobo yeah, because exploitation. They are exploiting passengers. What I say?
All right. Mamenko Eyo Okansi, Hombra Jeffrey Okansi, Kabute, Revenue Mobilization Africa, Nafi, Yedin Komo, and 10 minutes. Eyo there.
Let me say, and happy New Year once again.
Yes.
I'm say 2026 way. Say a chat afibako in TCC. There's a chance to start monitoring. Say we share. Bosha abain we admire no as every sector say we have something to look on bibi kita wa show human so the occurrence be say na din kita we say you know transport then occurrence be e dey amaye nti the APP mu potobaka say matters are rising you look at it say ye nam kwan so say I kan na oba transport na wo kana Minu no aka bebre na em say em de alonu bi ka na wo screen you say ye hwe mo camera achi bako ama fefe me say oba mass transport me course be my first degree road transport.
Okay.
OFT enra the professor then Dr. Abani catcher or UCC and now Professor Abani. Na me say Ghana no ye tie ye tro wi a na homa no ye da koto ni ye ne ya yakoma so ye de pese ye ne because the weekend nyina no oba ye transport system na say ye proper analysis na hwa ye kro bi a ka ye transport system no wo hwe see a corner very easy to detect. Ye be evit school kwala Ghana road system no largely it's a school kwala omu nyina classroom baako omu code one say hwi na assign baako say wi enti na no pa we ukogina kwan hu omu say traffic no wo ni say a ye hwehwe nkran ye nyina ya sori a ye koi obu say ofa madina kwan so the major tunnels na ye wo krom ha no we dey kogina from all the way Oyarifa eba main Accra oya onsa enifa so say a ye nyina esima ye ba nkran na onsa benkum so a fiti nkran eko Oyarifa no we say emu nyina emu da ho na osa ba the next lane no o friend say fan say KPD a o de ko ti free pukwasi ba no we say sa nifa so no na emu da ho na benkum so no de bi benkum so mu da ho na nifa so ache e de bi na mbisa madam for bi say enti wan no boy edua se kan ye nyansa we se ka etimi e de kakra me nto se bi o eni bre na makasa no enti ka 3 lanes na da ha na a emu aye de no enti emba obi atirimu se ke betimi aye added lane a say anopa traffic control be ka say sa one first lane no dia untwa curve dia o go straight no ka won use sa lane no wan the boy edua. Who stops you? Not me. I say, tell me straightforward. Look at my face. Tell me. Say 3 lanes there. That no. Busum bend that first lane mu. I best stop you. Say oh, but I cry all the way straight. Can you no care no 10. So on that side, you just meander say, not police meander one stop, non-control. It's one way of just taking away. Now so over here, say emergency ambulance yes are there no. Open be person open temako baby a. Any there. Police for me no mashe mo no na betwem gidi no dey use sa lane no and how to innovatively obe kiresi a obetimi di akwan bi ato ama we use our traffic no na we anu wi a sa one lane na meka kire wo no e kire say traffic no mu no nkofo dodo na because of car omunya ninti no ma be bosso enso nkran na oba na hwa no papa no 56 to 9 no nipa na oba hwe no obenya no be say 10 enso car eni onti bonso no ma pepre abe boss wo uko Kenya early rush e fair omoje and after 9 anything hono so fair omoje into obi a on shed that potin embe hwe e wo ankra anopa tututu no on be preka no and no see another way of checking traffic science share we enya magic o nkofa yes a paper research o ma hwem egu da ye chese ye mfa anya adwuma o obi nim se wo ye adwuma wa anya adwuma e betua ne ka obedidi nti on fa sa anyama we enye na adwuma obedwene se me na oti ani abehu se ade bi koso kwan no so protocol because innovation ade munu bi ebebem ne ka se sa ade we nti ka betima ye na ye nhwe se ebe ye no e obi adwuma me nua e kasa bebia mesa boso afa transport akwan so na safety se ye construction pe na mbuefu na bibi ye makoma we labadi Olympia hono na portos na egu hono the contractor same some we construction say they are doing us a favor into mo to be two amra no be na just say oye construction no nti nyina ye fa car no go bom sa omuja portos no egu basa so I ask what is the cost of laterite obetimi dia egu no compress amaye che sa to kro ne da hono after 4-5 months so we dey ono na koma so pe de oye di wi a ubon said the obey and say laterite na no do be go so no compress there's no metal bi ancha obetu to kro bi ten bi afast e dey bi just all punishing yen and I ask if there are people at urban roads working transport as same you call minim say busum bi na wo Achimota police station traffic light on the potholes over there every day it emerges and I can give you about 10 spots in Accra every day those places no nsuo tɔ mienu miɛnsa pɛ na portals ne pie mu wɔ then come to the vehicles. You talked about metro mass buses akɛseɛ. These are commercial activities. How is it that obi rani trotro on the okoye sales? Offer tell me how obi koye trotro dia taxi they only to me sales. And so say Ghana aban to basa yentimi ye sales. Na yentimi sense you my nea enunya load e fan crofo de bia na ehun se crofo kwa overload no. Etimi di omoji goods ni hye bus ni hwene mu ni na sumu nyina no. Ono no etimi boka e pakika bus no mame. And so obi a oye trotro no there otumi nya profit e di bi share the back pocket esa di bi ko ma sales e ma ne car owner and there wo nyina is poor management.
But that's a deep one.
It's just a matter of poor management. The loaded bus mutimi nya ochobo no obuchobo no dey hwiri omo but enko wie chire no it's a matter of poor management. And this can ultimately set a target mo bi say and then you give a person laxity and free hands because at the point Abamu Crawford to interfere with their services by using the buses and not paying. They do campaign time, this and other events now. They only write letters to them to release the buses for other functions. Go and ask them, those who are managing it. Go and ask them, you are a media person, I'm a CEO super. Let's move there and go ask them. They are operating under difficult conditions. But if we all are serious today, we can solve our problems today. Okada Asema Okada is another one. You want to move the center periphery with the buses, but when they get to the major junctions now, the plan they say with the metro mass transports are the idea they bus these people. No them could do junctions now. Na can ketwa no say trotro taxis no as spread your. That was the big idea. That was a beautiful idea. So these ones will stay in the metro, and then on the main highways then the metro mass buses are winning. Ebe take over. But you see, ye DNA Adriabo. Any nipa dream bonny or cranty, and all they say transport system. Look, the next thing is the options of this morning. Moka said, "Amibisa say, what about water transport? What stops us from having these big boats transports? Oko other amanone omoshe edi into obi fiosu e kola badia. Sa boat Kessben na nkofo tinem e wa broche no ebi ntimi entu fi osu enkosi labadi
yacht bia na vessel be head up.
So no Ghanaian has thought of building Ministry of Transport and kolaya amuna na mo ye word ni ame obi ntimi build boat enfa outboard boat mienu embo echire and transporting nkofo at least if not for even human beings the goods fishes in yaman if we put say nipa ti na nam ne nyama esisi obi so na obi so the basket in chew. Can't you have those people transported on water? Obi fi Accra Eko Winneba. Can't we do that water transport system? I mean on a divert going on the water system. Now look at train system. One of the best means of transporting goods and people is the train system. How is it that in Accra Uka said sometime almost started a Jackponios or something, one which is at Spintex, at the back. There was a parking lot over there. It was always full. So people were ready to park their cars and travel. And then when you got to Kotobabi around Nungwa area, there was a park around that place. People parked their cars and joined the train. It was an indication that Ghanaians are ready to go by the train. In Sawam, they are not comfortable. We love that transport system. We love it. Train, me can't sky train, but into the my if we had gotten serious a little bit, we would have expanded our infrastructure for the railways. What are we doing? We are paying workers. The workers have not been paid. They are also crying over there. Meanwhile, the railway system, but as we speak right now, because of poor management of our road system, you see, road normal friend Mama will say there was Spintex. Look at how it saved us fuel. This is a product that we don't even produce it. And we always will be wasting fuel because of one bridge. Accra and Nana for years. Ghana, Adrenal nye jumantino. No be fi motorway. Ube basa we cha won shiashi. And so say Roma kwa jenga no. The person who cares that one, Kwame Nkrumah. I'm not retracting it. We were cursed when we didn't allow the person who was thinking to think for all of us. How long did it take for us to look about crossing from Flowerport area to East Legon? So in the past, you go all the way to 37, come and whip yourself in traffic. You go all the way through Shiashi and walk all the way down back. Who cares us? Ask yourself, who was the person who cares us? I say it, and I'll always say it. You can kill me. I'm telling you today. Our problem as a country is a thinking problem. We don't think. We are not thinking. And when people also think and put it on paper for us, we won't use it. Because there are some people beneath it who are benefiting from the cries and the crisis. Our cries and crisis are feeding people. So they don't care. I say, in the midst of the confusion, others benefit. My only class of crash on this matter is that, look, all that you have said this morning, plus the other complaints, we need to sit down in a forum again, finalize all the things we have said over and over again. Yen road transport in Tuncheng, water transport in Tuncheng, yen fasa ya dia train way ubasa si so train ni road yi ye dia no ni ye railways ni two. When him say train back to say ya nipa do to do large numbers. One coach ni ticket a train best 50 ways in the train. A lot of people are going at once. Now, that the next and final one I'll talk about is how to do the Central Business District lockup. Why do we all have to take our private cars to Accra, main Accra? Block the place. Block it. It's simple. What person do car call main Accra no? And answer my toll booth places over there. When you enter the Central Business District with your vehicle, the first 1 hour no, you bet you best 100 Ghana and 50 Ghana. After the next 1 hour, no, we bet you have 200 Ghana. Just to discourage people from taking their cars to the CBD. And then the buses can work well. In Quebec, commercial vehicles alone, which are buses, plus the selected few private cars, so there will be no traffic in Accra.
It's the planning.
See, you see, it is a matter of having somebody who is thinking. If you see that as an insult, then you are not a thinker. Because it's a matter of Central Business District. If you want to take your car inside, you pay 100 Ghana first hour. The next hour you pay 50 Ghana. You keep the car somewhere. And the next option is that before you put such a rule, you have these buses which are ready, clean, and okay. Until Obia himself or first car or could do say pay. There's a tenor at that point. Obia AC form. And how was the test net car parking or entry point or into no can private car or bit my park or no to aso. Only also a far bus no straight into the CBD. After 1 week, 2 weeks, Obia Beka said, look, I'm comfortable with the bus system. And I want to crowd will find out public workers.
Okay.
One ministry so no. Here dear no, me some transport guy from UK. Here bon komo.
Yeah, quick one. I'm going to summarize here.
Or share there, make catch and say, look, we have a system where at the ministry so no. She workers say go. Total number of workers over there. Umom card. Now bet if your salary they kitty bia. Come upon these buses will just enter that place and then just strip them out of the place. That's all.
Okay.
It's a system you can start with the public workers at that ministry's area, and then it can trickle into other areas. And here, with every apology I've said earlier on, today there's no apology. It is a thinking problem.
All right. But I say, you better now if you didn't come on more, I found when I share the but you didn't come on, Zika take by and or ball a year assembly so a year Quabri East regarding a year filling station by ye see our honum and then or ball a year Ora Joseph Amankwa, who is the I think the chief executive officer of that area, a year Quabri East, or Bonidin say, and it may be Sana Cost of Honor on Shena. Unto me and young ejuma ye and yes obesan aka obekusua aka but district chief executive officer no right Joseph Amankwa line so now opese odi hu enkomo ye because of course aboni din there we need to also give him that chance to also make and also redress from there. Ora Amankwa Michel Emao afishiapa bibia boko de
Boko mi ya Kojo na also want to say.
Oh, radio dum kakakra igusu an.
Asante man chiamu.
Yes, ye jumu so pa.
Babi so chiamu nyina.
Ye jumu so pa. Ano pay dia wudi abepie ma no pay. Na ni nyina akogina a social issue be so wo area honom regarding a filling station be a see I see a bank a residence some bank school be a wo honom watch say yes say anyway the home come according to what we are hearing no you say nkomo bi akoso a still ano em say obeka say enya wo penso na sha ase nti no ase wontumi fa won san kan so wontumi nya ho hwi say den but of course when you be the nchechemu honom na fatu dwama wadama na yintumi nto aso
me da se kwajo nyankopon nhyira opi
amen
asem ni nyina tia wotwa mu nyina ne se so obi ka se obi a oye municipal chief executive beka se ade bi amane penso a enkontumpo ene no krese sanse yese you inherit assets and liability enti me bae no ewo ho na e papa metoa so bone a mesesa ni yie me boa enti sa obi ma nchen ne me di nkombo mfa filling station ewo asoromaso eho asoromaso kurudua ne minimu eno anadwo kra me wo me obi a mepie na mehwe de ewo kurum na saa asemu yi me mate ena makowa akɔhwɛ ɛhyɛ 2023 may assume responsibility as municipal chief executive no May 2023 asɛm ne yɛka no asɛm no ɛwɔ lawyer bi nsɛm a krata asɛm a ɛwɔ court enti me ba yɛ krata asɛm a na mepɛ ehu ɛne sɛ ansa na obi besi filling station no yɛfrɛ bibi no objection ya free NPA ansa na yɛkra betimi ama bibi ɛfrɛ no development permit ama nipa no atimi atoa so aye na dwuma no chen say onya NPA no objection no what the environmental permit and so for EPA eba fire permit and so eba and so na land no kwa na ewo honom no yakwa kokese land no ade a ebedru 0.16 and so na nipa na timi nti o meet sa requirements nyina through these state institutions here amabodi NPA, EPA, fire service. All these hands. And sana assembly no class obema bibia efeno development permit a wati miyama. Unim say, nipa o si sa de ne ho because en krata. So who say all these documents nina or nsaka. 92.9. And you busa question sa ka de en. And me human face me giving say. So ko hwe baby a project ne wona. Nti so obi abakra so obeka kire me say sababi o sinu no ebenfie ben school a eye no kra nya kona mkɔhwɛ me obi ama me ho kra so obobo mama ne sesei SPC special planning committee meeting na me kɔ na me kɔ hu saa de no bi and I said no let me follow up and go and look at how situation is and the meaning na beka no e pesa on sa amra biem say me ankasa me am municipal chief executive wa ba me ho and na saa state institutions here onom na omo hwɛ fɛ obi betimi asi filling station wɔ baabi no onum nyina ma permit na nsa nti assembly ne kura betima ma permit a ye fe no development permit no a chense wunya saa nyama ma bo nyina so ansa sana assembly betima ma development permit na watimi ama nti na MCE de wonya amane ewo saa project a ekoso ade a start 2023 no a sam nkrata sama maka nyina wanya no nti de me fre amanfo a itie nyina ne se emiri bia ade esi a yeto yebo ne yehwe kwan befa so a ebe yie no man no ankofa hawan fa ma ye wo ho e de makro no asoma so kro dia me ni mu a me kom da bia ye wo ho de makro no sa de no hya ase nra e na me ba na se me pen na me fa ye se mon konko ye sa de no wo ho a anya asem obi kura me te se obi kura ton ni fie asase ne bi ka e ka obi fie nipa no kwa de ama wo no ma gisika e ma wo no mabudan ni nyina to agu ya wo mo ye sa de no wo ho e na ansa na obetimi aye sa de no kwa ye fa bibi question ye ma wo mo questionnaires area no ye mo questionnaires mo fill questionnaires ni nyina all this procedure ni nyina the person has met it enti na akadien e na ye the MCE na de so bo be no enti metse amanfo me na e wo sa asem ya e wo hui me ba ya me be hu ye no me tu hu anamon bia se de be ya mantem wo fo nyina be ti wo no ho ase anase ma me ba ko pe bi na me call ne cha ono na odi asem no e ma lawyer de asem ne court ono e na ma pen no se omra na o meka na asem na se ye nyina ye ntena se ne ye hwe kwan be fa so a nipa kro na o develop wo ono e betimi na kasa ye hu kwan be fa so e be ye no nti oman no nya abotre things are on you be sure say the be asumdwe beba na obi atima tena ho ma ne ho to
okay orama kwampacho hold on kakre ma me panel member be so bisa one question be just one be benafe yenko pachote
orama good morning
Menya, good morning
Ramankwa, yeah, me say the documents are or one any Niama Wakenya and one side. But what pencil is another matter. This morning, as we are discussing this thing, before you and I, is it a matter of the documents the person has, or it is a matter of the place not being safe for the rest of the Ghanaian? It is a document in the hall na nyamin pengu wa besi petrol station wo na blaste na nkofo wu. You think this explanation you are giving me this morning will make up for the lives that will be lost? This is all I can ask you this morning.
Many amedase said ya okay, and see another side of it. Yentimi ngina fa akon na yemua aten emane yeye. Enipa bewu mempene so. Do no so kwa nkata asem a excess or kwan so operate wo ono. Ono yetie na asem. Yetie afanu no nyina na yatena se as a body a ye hwenia regulate emani partner ba bi ma ne ho ato no. Eno na make us that is what me buy ya ma behu a me wo.
All right.
But what I
have one thing to tell you. No, I've listened to you for long. And with the greatest of respect, you are the head of the district security committee. The DISEC, they call it, right? You have superior information of the whole place. As the greatest commander of the place right now, representing the president. What I've heard from you this morning, I'm worried. My worry is that you should have been telling me that you have stopped that project. Yes. You have actually instructed an investigation in the matter, and you want to have solution to it by first telling everybody to stay off that place, halting the project. 1, 2, ensuring that you have started processes of punishing those people, because even the dead body who suffered from the second disaster, I'm pained because we've been there before, and you are waiting for when you want us to get back there and go and report. Now you went there and you saw that somebody gave them license. I thought you were going to tell me this morning that Kwame, Kwachi, Tete, and Jofre Okansi were the ones who issued the license, and you have given them up to Friday to bring you a report on why they gave license.
That is exactly what we're saying. That look, that's exactly what we're saying. I'm saying that time one me buy me be hu ade no. Ade ne wo ho me ntimi nka say. Tie ma me kire wade me ntimi nka say. Me pen so ama me pen so ntimi mfa ho. Eya me pen so sentini say ma inherit assets and liability. Ntimi buy liability e ho no no. And say ade no ba bia e wo no o man for raise concern. And na me kire say niam nipa ne fa mu nie krata asem no me magye. Investigations are ongoing to find out what we can do. Send it back over to us to say one to us. That is what we are on.
Okay.
Just get up and say, Nippon one is a develop it. That's also another issue.
All right.
You have to take your time and handle it.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Okay. But I say, sir, you know, Eddie and Komo. My understanding is that there's one woman who is seriously affected with this particular developmental course. Bronono so yentieno na fe yenhwe na fe yemra baxis here.
Kasa de makume mudi. Nka mesi menenyi fi say. Na hunu kura matibi. Ewo TV so, radio so. So, ashama ne. Nsane nke papa chow. Ye pa wo chow. Sense nka sa petrol share no de. Nka wo mani nyin free hanko. Baby foforo. Ye pa na chow. Aha, e kuda na proton no so afie no mie no ben. Mo amba ye se mo hu fie ni fie na ntem. Aw de petrol share e be share. E fie bobon. Yes, no. Yes, a be a cat now, but now, yeah. There be. So, that do how. That can be a become me fancy me witch. Some one. Now, master swash it. Ufiashi. Miss Minnie Papa, Minnie Wafa, Minnie Nana, many mimeti am the TV at the end. Minnie will be a pieces out by year for a mamma manatanam. Think I a panic show. Yedi nyankopɔ din esre no pa ne kyew When you didn't free Hamai.
Okay, so it's exactly 9:38. A year, Kessben 92.9 FM in Accra, and after say Kessben Maakye. Ziga, who raised this issue? You wanted to comment?
Oh, me cut 30 seconds. Now, boss.
30 seconds, and you toss on the
The bottom line, boss, I can't was.
Ura can see I can.
I didn't teach you movie na chichi. You are the head of music. When I security, me buy an idea way dangerous. Hey, more BS soon koyeduma. Investigation, baby. You don't need investigation. Who church some too much? Nobody is interested in one to do a buyer, one to do a call, but we are not interested in it. Stop the work. That's why you are, your first district chief executive.
Now,
stop the work.
Mr. Mame Pass. Or call the office as a district chief executive. And I couldn't in the officer. Kobe Janessa.
Aha.
Or call the office and I couldn't in you are. Kobekas over the table so to their age. Won't you put things right? You are there, you have seen this is not at the right place. Clear it from there. You are the head of the dissect. The district security we say one hour in charge. We say you are investigating what? You are investigating the danger. What you have seen as a danger.
Investigating as a BBM
just maybe.
No, he started by defending the documents. He said they have the document for the permits.
Just maybe. He wants to know the source of the documents now, so that probably he brings the mind of authorities to it.
Okay.
In Nipa way more shoddy work in their workplaces. Apart from that,
but how long?
Apart from
how long
that,
would that take?
Say ABA or trying to use this to uncover some rots in some of these government agencies. Quite apart from that, me should be no Kojo. Obeka Matiasi. If he said, Wouldn't papa anybody? Baby, I didn't see no. A babu man for and the danger be beba. A do yeni beba china. Say, a idea do yeni beba or china. Investigation be
in the start, it was a shift blame system. No, starting say the Omonia permit and the Winya piano. He spoke as if he was defending what was going on. And that is what that is. Let me tell you what. You know why we are sitting in circle here? Once upon a time, to clean this place was Salifu Abankwah, a man who had not been educated with any degree. He kept circle as clean as a young man. I still remember. Circle was so clean, you wouldn't drop one paper. These are the people. He will see you, he will correct you. And you have been educated, you have been appointed by the president, and you are here telling me that they've gotten the document. Do I care?
Maybe now LGBTQ. Maybe say me tell the obesa worker. LGBTQ. And a happy birthday to you, Felicia Na Ajele Koni. This one is coming from your mom, Irene Fum. Adabraka Nadia. Happy birthday to you, Felicia Na Ajele Koni. This one is coming from your mother, Irene Fum. Adabraka Nadia. And then a happy birthday to you, Madame Dinah Beko, headmistress, Tano Odumase, DA Primary. Happy birthday to you, Madame Dinah Beko, headmistress. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, the real Nana Kunedu Ekuoko. This one is coming from Nana and Nana Yere Ekuoko. Happy birthday to you, little one. The real Nana Kunedu Ekuoko. Coming from Nana and then Nana Yere Ekuoko. And then a happy birthday to you, Doris Owusu Dankwah, CEO of Hima D's Kitchen at La Paz. This one is coming from Sumedu Dankwah Sowa of Kessben Media. A happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Vicentia Dufie Boateng of Amanting from Osempakani Samson. Happy birthday to you, Vicentia Dufie. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Asari Bedia Kunya Metre of Teshi Camp. Is it what you be? Happy birthday to you, Asari Bedia Nyametre of Teshi Camp. Happy birthday to you. And it is 9:43 away the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM in Accra, and I face so Kessben TV on the STV channel is channel 364, and then on Go TV channel 121. On Facebook Kessben TV, and then on Facebook again Kessben 92.9. May I say bidding Eddie Amansan for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Then I will want to look at this text message that came on. I'll say I'm Chris Wood, dollar from Asamanka. So what is happening to our railway system? What is happening to our country now? What is happening to our country now will happen because the only means of transport is by car. And what do we expect? And that is what Okansi Eka, you know, and indeed Wakasa Yepa. This one says it shows from Ejikama. So please, I don't understand why we can't operate our bus transport fare through our online payment rather than paying physical cash to a Susu station collector officer at our bus terminals. Oh, Ghana. Okay, this one also says blah blah. Good morning, host. I am wise. Please, where is Osa? And also another deep one you're asking that we need to also look into it. And this one says that can government solve this transport system, this transport crisis simple? Because I asked myself, how does the government acquire V8 vehicles from all these MPs every 4 years? Why don't they stop that and use that to acquire buses for the nation every 4 years? And then that's how many buses would be available at this time. They only care about their own safety. John Owusu from Kumasi, and this one says that, in fact, Mr. Okanse is really making sense with his suggestions of how to curb the transport menace from Afrani Electricals, Pakoso Estate, Kumasi, and this one is engineer from Canada. It's blackface problem. Maintenance. I say, okay, engineer from Canada. I say the problem is maintenance in Ghana. Our education, with all degree, not helping us to solve this transport problem. It's easy to fix. I can fix it in 3 months. If I get the chance, I will work on Toronto bus transportation. I have worked with Toronto bus transportation for 40 years. Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's a good one that on also Ede Abba. In Tianko na Fiyanfa LBGTQ plus in MV. Then we'll move on to sports midfield action, which will be on from 10 na Fiyanto. So I'll start with you, Ura Kansi. This LGBT thing, sure so what? I mean, how did they come back again into our curriculum again?
You see, when you don't get serious to put finality to it, it will be recurring. Say Maya ye Christo Sumai Muslim for any non traditional rulers. 3 pillars here yednim pa or krumano. One ina epi ababontina beka say de bi nyadia ye bepe say ye be sa de we kruma. Na onim bibi. Ne aye srepa say. Ne ono pese ye sa ade we ayempe. Say Bema Befa Bema now bar for bay. Or no pa susupa ni krum wono. Would him say antenne baby? Say it's not like 100% in America. There are some states in America. Omunji and tumu. So be sa die we ewo. And an esre say. Or no say yes Bema ni Bema yo be wari. So polygamy say. Or Bema bakubefa irenum binu ye na nanu we prince wa ha. Say yenim no ono de haram e won ho ono de oso mpene kra me yenye se kan no eti asem ye polygamy wo ho a kan se ne no so obi su right enti che se o man bia enya de ono ebe pene so ene de on pene so si a ebu omo edi omo mura so se yen ware mienu wo omo krum no omo so nti ase ma yen se yesu ye krum ha yi yesi kan ye de ye wo yen tafra chew emwa ekura apo no oba bema ene oba ene eden emwa no omunam no krapo no sa na omoye to just continue with recreation and procreation inti say ya sa na ya ya bedu bebe edu kan de obi ni yire ana na impran ye woni private world de ken fa me ho be if say ya krapo ya wari krapo yi oni oyire eye bibi wo abontene a ye bechewo enti ende ka wo ne bema ya wo ende wo de wo confine ede abaya ye ni so wa enti ka ya private matter constitution mra na akire se ya di bia wo be okukum bibia wo awasem na ukoye enti ne kokoye the obey bia wo dem de ka wo hwe sex in itself na say private matter by our laws enti dia wo di be me say wo di be sha me kon gidigidi no ene ne book ya wo di akoshe mi na me bisa say book ya ye twe no ehun ka no na be fa aban na efa a be fa me no ye tax so ada ende ke be ha mata
okay
nti ye hwe ni pa
all right
say visa de ye betima ka bibi kakra just
yeah,
one line
just 1 minute na fe me fa da kana
yeah me say ye nkono tipen inkomodie he Ghana here America say America so here ye so ka say obutwen omu USA na ye di na o man peyin kan say aban kra church ka so onhwe na ye mpe bebi ni yen yi seska ni bi mfiri ono ye fa ye ade no e ho aye ko enim kakra no mo twen sa ade no mo ye no mo de twesa anti ye me say enya ade bi a say ye hwe eko say ye ko po bi chow sa America say man Ghana ni be ma ho a eye mo so ma biom he oni obi ya danfo na de bia sa member me fie biom member uja eko ahon beto minim say be higher pa economically to affect us but you see we are over pampering this situation de bia ochina pa ye sorry ya san say yesu ya say ye wo gudie ni nyina so ye so yi nti no de bia na ye hunu na he hunu no bi sa ache a edum biri bia be say den de say hunu no oba huri atra enti ye hwe ni ye enti meda wase ni akwanye odi amami na yem say Uganda ye bibi ene after 40 years enti ene de mamenkai EU say a omutimi tinase ye din sa manipa bako aso dene one person becomes very stubborn for 40 years and over nipa bako edi o man bi so enti seke ye wo bi a Uganda fita e wo no we be 40 years and nipa bako no president yes you see democracy they should make sure say ene EU enti bi nka kire nya say o be di no kure bi a how can you shut down internet me no ye ka say internet Uganda you are shutting it down from about a day ago or two just because you are going to vote. I wish Bobby Wine well. I think the revolution for Uganda should be a revolution for Africa.
Okay.
If we want democracy to work, it must work for all Africans.
Okay, all right. Kwaku, for you enough here, LBGTB plus QF.
Before I say about LGBT, let me say one of the few cardinal way be what yen policy more. Na minua kabote boso na as part of our policies, our campaign promises say ye ba honorable Kenny Japan I say obe or the vessel beto a pronosho for transport a baye adia one more work within the coastal areas coastal belts no ye bepe baby so within that area na car parking bay obeti mako park o car one for vessel no until so free kokro biti bese akọ Accra Central we use vessel na eno an say eduwako edu kodru ho wie na oye nyuma eso ya na wasan atena vessel ni mu asan ba besi no abefa o car every car be ho no na o de akọ fie no ye part of our policies campaign promises
and about 10 lanes go free in fact you know so lanes be where traffic goes
traffic be and one of our policies and that me person me try wadwin si so sa and LGBTQ plus and then krone ba no me dey am one mum Kojo ne one me say for NDC to have profited from this. What I say? Umoma don't mean people like some Nettie George, Emmanuel Akwesi Bezra, some Okuja Blackwa, and the appear could be John Intim Fojo, Kwekwa Sante Boatin, Helena Joa, and also Francis Kauten, and a leady a private members bill at the core for promotion of the proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian values bill in 2021. Just say a baye did the baby. No crack can be. And I Christopher be to a better MPP. He said, now don't go for and sign a bill.
Yeah,
I can't be. And your campaign tia pa. Never say na afraid ye buy ya. I say all of a sudden, no, and no master. The positions of those who were in government then are saying, let's bring it back. The positions of those who were in opposition then, who are now in governance, as I say, oh, Munyanto was answer, 1 or 2. 1 or 2 ben, yes. And I mean, I can take na say polygamy there was so into. Nemo more dear. Walk of a fruit crew. Yananum, Yananum, Yabetu, no bit me while me, and I'm a boy. No more happily. But see, I know. What was it when you to Nemo Mianfa war culture? And yet, na obicha will be. On my busy or my biana. Say, Quacofa, a Sabio, Trumusam, Ababetra Yamma, Abacase, in teachers manual, we move on what idea physical education was on country, Baba say, and I'm say, no one didn't get cranty. Now, or one papa suka cranty any on your bar or your bema, and no one can tell me, Baba. Say, yes, I do, we are. Not yet, ye bray yankasa say in Nipano, ye bray say. Ye say. Listen, let us nobody take Ghana for granted.
Okay.
Now on fire and moon to treat from Sadia, not doing so person.
Let's remember the case of Sodom and Gomorrah. That nonsense that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah.
We should not bring some of these things up, crowd.
Okay.
Now when we say young as Africans, as Ghanaians, yeah, what traditional values. Your values abhor some of these things.
Okay.
All
right. But that's it. And that draws the curtains down. Today, the Thursday, the 15th of January. And I must say, we are back again tomorrow, God willing. It's a Friday. And we shall be here to serve Ghana better. With the by the matter of Richard Apiasa from Fifi Addison. And I feel so your technical crew, Amos. And the lovely team out there. The technical crew. But I'm winning our say. Ijama Maya, Jolaka. For the sports in our 12 midfield action from now to 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Reverend Richard Afo, Betanase, with the Radia Kasa. And then Kessben Drive will also be on with Mr. Fox. And into the stick and stay with 92.9 FM in Accra. We did a man so for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Good morning. 47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting. Area man so for Kojo